Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Yo, we're here. Back on business. What's up? What's going on, people? Welcome to the show. Back on business, Jay in the house. So, I'll talk more about everything that's going on with 324 in a moment. But greetings, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Live, episode 196. Beautiful day, January 14th, 2026. I'm feeling energized. If you guys notice, I've been Mr. On Time J, which has always been nice. You know what I'm saying? I had a big video yesterday. I know a lot of you guys tuned in and enjoyed it. I got another video dropping after this stream, so keep it locked in. We'll get into what's going down as some more people join in. But what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? It has been a crazy 24 hours, man. Wild turn of events. Wild turn of events. Make sure you guys run the likes up. We're currently running a little low on the likes. I need the likes going crazy on this stream. So make sure you guys rush me up to 20 likes in the first 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Sugar's the co-main. Sugar's the co-main. I need to console you. Listen, I'm sorry. I am consistent, Jay Swerve. Yeah, I just said to myself I'm going to be more on time in 2026. There's no reason I should be running late to every fucking stream. It's unacceptable. What's up, KZ? Good to see you. Hey, what's up, Naruto King? Can't believe we lost an epic fight, but the card is going to be dope anyways. It is. But, Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes is off. So I'll probably have to repeat it several times throughout the stream as people keep on stopping by. There was a neck injury with Kayla Harrison. Unfortunately, pulls her out of the fight. Tragedy. Sucks. She's going to require surgery on the neck, too. So timeline of return to be determined. Maybe the White House card if the surgery does not cause for a long rehabilitation time, which we don't know. It's a shame about the rage bait and Dana White announcement. Unbelievable. I know, Mick Stapler. Supposedly the UFC knew a week ago. I guess they were just waiting to disappoint us. Damn. Your premium bathroom break before the main event got canceled. That's funny. Exactly. Neck surgery. She could be out for the remainder of the year. In a perfect world, Swerve, though, yeah, they fight at the White House, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Definitely has thrown a monkey wrench in the initial plans, which I presume were the winner of this fight between Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes would then fight against Valentina at the White House. Now may end up just being, if possible, Kayla Harrison Nunes at the White House. But who knows? Who knows? Fight is off. I do not believe a replacement will be sought out. Too big of a fight. I don't think Amanda Nunes is interested in fighting for the interim title. I don't think there's too much of a point to that either. So, yeah, UFC goes forth with Sean O'Malley and Song Yadong for main event. Still, very good comeback card for the UFC. Still fun Paramount debut, but unfortunately, no real championship fight on the card. We have the interim belt with Patty Pimblett, but there's no real title fight. 16 likes already, close to the goal. But yo, chat, we're at 16. We need 20 likes in the first 5 minutes. You guys got a minute to do it for me. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Smish. 135 has no other names, unless they wanted to go the route of Pena Nunes 3, which they won't. Daniel was really sad for like 2 hours after Dana's live last night. I couldn't believe it, man. It's not a bad fight at all, but it might be our fault for getting our hopes so high. It's just when they announce that there's going to be something fight announcement wise, I think, you assume it's going to be a slew of fights first and foremost, and you presume it's going to be a marquee fight. Not that Adesanya Pyfer isn't a good fight. It is. It's a fight night main event, but I thought there would be like, a title fight, something. You did MMA Locker Room W on that. You did call that yesterday. We were thinking Pereira fight, Yuri fight, Prates fight, Joshua Van. Instead, we got one fight announcement. I was so upset. I know, Swerve. I know. It was not the direction we initially anticipated, but okay, it is what it is, you know? It is what it is, brother. We'll be all right. We'll get back on business. It's fine. Hopefully they announce something at 324. Hopefully they announce Alex Pereira going up to heavyweight. But at least I have my announcement to be had. At the end of this stream, I got another video for you guys. We did a video last night, doing a video today. My UFC 2026 wish list. So you guys can hear what I want. It's a couple matchups in the mix, but also just some things that I hope come true for 2026. So cheers to that. And also cheers to, I guess the one positive of the news announcement being a bit underwhelming is that wish list video didn't have any of my wishes come true. None. So I didn't have to go back and like readjust it, Pena versus Nunes 2 is a slaughter, and 3 I think would go worse. Bluetooth J for the drive home. Tremendous. A. W. Braden K. I would rather there be no fight than see Pena stepping on short notice. I don't want to see that shit. Completely agree. I have no interest. You think Joe body cam off Pyfer will wrestle against Izzy? He should. I think that's the pathway. I don't know if you saw my video, but I broke the fight down early. And I discussed about, the way that Pyfer could win is making it a dirty fight. And doing so will be closing the gap, mixing in takedowns, and really being able to catch Adesanya in close range if they're striking or use the grappling successfully. If I just woke up yesterday morning to the Izzy Pyfer fight announcement, I would have been hyped. It's the fact Dana hyped it all day. They killed it. I think so too, right? It's like the expectation was here, the reality was here. But if the expectation was nothing and then you got here, you feel like it's up here. It's actually kind of depressing getting hyped for the Dana announcement and that's all we got. Dude, it hurt. I know. I was disappointed. Yeah, they built it up way too much. Like they really sold it as if it was going to be a massive announcement, something major, and it just wasn't that at all. I like how Dana announced a partnership with Meta on the same day. Meta lays off 1,500 employees. Yikes, that's actually crazy. Yeah, the UFC Apex is now the Meta Apex. Okay. Okay, the Meta Apex. So the UFC tied in with Mark Zuckerberg heavy now. Izzy's a big name to be fair, but yeah, I wanted Yuri Oberg. Yuri Oberg would have went hard. The Yuri fight announcer would have been crazy. I got my 3-year-old daughter a bubble gun yesterday and let her use it in the house, and she was so excited, running around laughing. That's how I feel about the UFC coming back. Genuinely happy. That's awesome. That's a good comparison, actually. The joy of the childlike fun is what we feel for the UFC, which is honestly great. Big love from the UKA. Laid back J Mac. What's up, bro? Are we getting a UFC 5 stream tonight? We might. I'll do a poll and see what the people want to see. We may do it. I've never seen Dana's autograph before, but it's 3 random circles. That's weird. What's the Kayla Nunes thing about that? I haven't heard nothing myself. The fight's canceled. Kayla Harrison is injured. Game, set, match. You think Izzy will retire after this one if he's smart? I think if he wins, he sticks around. I do think Izzy has a chance against Pyfer. Not completely washed. He does. Excited for Azamat versus Costa, though. I really hope Costa is permanently moving to 205. He's definitely big enough in that division. Is still a lot shallower than 185. That being said, Azamat still chins him. Agreed. Dude, he's literally ranked 13 at middleweight, fighting the number 6 guy at light heavyweight. So he's getting a massive opportunity because of his name value. But, bro, Azamat is the dark horse. I think Azamat's one of the most underrated strikers in the UFC right now. One of the most underrated fighters in the UFC right now. You don't think that was Dana's plan yesterday? You think he was hoping to have a different fight and tell us about, but the other fight was canceled? I mean, we can speculate, but nothing for sure. A lot of people getting laid off right now. AI is legitimately starting to make its impact on the workforce. Yeah, I don't know how people are going to be making money if they're in the tech field. The AI are all about. So I don't know. At least the announcement wasn't power slap White House. True. Watch the announcement. He's very pissed off and a nervous, right? He looked tired. He looked sleepy. Listen, maybe something behind the scenes got canceled. You're right. After my Bears comeback Saturday, it's going to take me a while before UFC can disappoint me. You know what, bro? The UFC, regardless of the lackluster announcement yesterday, has me so excited to be back. I can't wait to be back on business with the UFC, guys. The Izzy Pyfer fight made sense, but I just didn't think that'd be the only thing announced. I am Arman Sarukian. You are Arman Sarukian. We all are Arman Sarukian. Okay. Good to know. A lot of people were pulling for Rakic in his last one, and Azamat smoked his boots minutes in. Fuck yeah. Azamat's a monster. Azamat's stand-up is legit, undefeated. Azamat's very underrated. Nobody does that to Rakic. I see Azamat pressuring. Costa throwing a telegraphed body hook, and Azamat times it with an overhand while Costa's on one leg. When Costa doesn't know what to do, he just throws a body kick, and I could see him getting cracked over the top. Costa's got those snappy body kicks, but against Azamat, I don't think it goes well. I'm going Azamat by knockout, which is crazy, right? Costa getting chinned. Not a common sight, but Azamat's got the tools, bro. Azamat's a fucking monster. 10 more sleeps. Listen, not bad. Start of the fucking UFC break, it was a lot more. So at least we are going to be on UFC Fight Week next week. You know, the excitement will be building. The excitement will be paramount. The fight will be on paramount. The excitement will be paramount. I can't fucking wait. You just can't watch football, MMA, or boxing. I'd rather build a car or shed than watch television. Wait, you just can't watch football, meaning you'll watch MMA or boxing, or you rather build a car than. I'm confused. Brother, I confused. DC and Jones film will be aired in the US. It's probably on YouTube, worst case scenario. You lost all excitement for this card with Nunes fight falling off? Dude, I feel just as excited with no UFC, and then again, I'm happy as fuck. But I am disappointed we don't have that fight because it was actually a women's fight I was hyped about. But I still will enjoy the hell out of the card. But yeah, it's disappointing we don't get to see the title on the line. But somehow not surprising. Paramount starts off with the co-main event getting pulled. Yeah, that's about UFC, man. That makes too much sense. Just a terrible matchup for Costa. If Costa was moving up to fight like Jamal or Blachowicz, would have favored him much more. Those are so winnable for him. Yeah, you're right. If he was fighting Jamal, that's a fight. Even Blachowicz, like why throw him Azamat? I guess it's I don't know. I think Azamat winning by knockout, he's in the title picture. Azamat deserves something major. This guy's undefeated, man. Now, if Costa wins, Costa's career has made a full 180 and he's back. I don't know the details of the Iran thing, but I know there's some shit going down. Money line regular time on Monday. Could be Wing C versus a random fifth grade teacher. I'd be hyped as long as there's a damn UFC card. God bless the UFC. Ignore Jay. I didn't ignore you, Braden. What were you saying? Oh, no way he chins Izzy. I agree with that. Sorry, I didn't say it. How do you feel about Hockett and Freeman? I'm going with Hockett. Freeman looked so mid last time out. I gotta go Hockett. Last time we were excited about a women's fight, it ended up being 25-minute hug fest. True. Maybe this was a better case scenario. I do think that Nunes Harrison was going to be cool, though. AJ versus Guru grappling match. All right. Hey, Thug. What's up, bro? You got killed betting football. You can't wait for UFC. Listen, UFC is the home of success. Pimblett main eventing against an older Justin just feels like a good third fight on a main card. I feel like it's co-main event worthy, but I get what you're saying. It's not the main event feel to start Paramount. I do understand. I think that at least you have to look at it from the bright side of things, though, Majestic. The following week, we have 325. So I feel like we got to be happy. At least we got back to back cards. L cancel fight is right. Amavov is way better than Pyfer. Fuck yeah. Did you watch the Aiden Ross, Arman, and Guru? I watched the highlights of it. Yeah, shit was really good. You got up to Division 16 last night, went on a winning streak, held the belt for 5. This morning lost, hit Division 14. Damn mixtape with the highs and lows of the game. That's how it goes, man. It is a great open. Hey, Doug. Izzy versus Pyfer is such a close fight. Izzy's chin is questionable now, and Pyfer hits like a truck. Plus, Izzy doesn't have amazing boxing defense. Pyfer isn't half the boxer of Amavov or Strickland. And Izzy looked very good in round 1 against Amavov. I'm going to bank on Izzy Adesanya. I'm going Izzy. You hope we'd have no cancellations for the first card? Bro, that wouldn't be the UFC if there wasn't cancellations. Come on now. Perfect matchup for Costa, man. Costa beats up these southpaws. Romero, Rockhold, Kopylov. Costa beats him by decision, gets a #1 contender bout against Ankalaev. You really think he's going to tune up? You really think he's going to tune him up? Bro, just because they're all southpaws. Azamat Mirzakhanov is not some typical southpaw. Undefeated, man. Patty's a huge name, and Gaethje's a legend of a sport. Legend. Both, as a fan, you love. Yeah, listen, yeah. No, it's a great fight. It's a great fight. I get what people are saying. They would have rather had a proper championship fight to kick off the return, which I don't disagree with. But I'm just happy to have fights back, dude. I'll tell you genuinely, they could have done a fucking Apex card, and I would have been hype. So I'm happy we got this. You think the Sugar fight's going to be the best fight on the main card? With John Silva, Arnold Allen on there? I don't know. They want Costa at 205 in case Chimaev moves up, but Costa Chimaev wouldn't be Chimaev's light heavyweight debut. It'd be title fight or nothing. Amavov Pyfer? Pyfer don't deserve Amavov. Nunes versus Harrison is off. Kayla has a neck injury. She needs surgery. Fight is booted. No, there's not going to be a replacement. They're going to look to rebook that fight later this year. There's a full revolution going on in Iran. That's fucking crazy. I saw a little bit, but I didn't know the details. I expect Izzy to be an underdog. I expect Izzy to be a dog against Pyfer. And I'm picking him to beat Joe Pyfer, too. I'm going with it. Fuck it. Mirzakhanov is so good, bro. Disgusting striker. Agreed. Next level stand up. Next level. Next level. You had to walk away. Your daughter walked up to me and said, "It's okay. I still love you." Talk about feeling a loss. I turned it off and we went outside with the dogs. That's great, Mick Stapler. You know? The game, it's fun to win. It is, but the losses are frustrating, but not debilitating. Let's hope Costa doesn't get injured before the fight. I'll say a light heavyweight Costa. I'm going to make this assumption now. A light heavyweight Paulo Costa is substantially less injury prone than the Paulo Costa who fought at 185. I think not having to diet down so hard is going to be a net positive for him. Why would Izzy take a fight against Pyfer? Seems like a horrible, nothing to gain opportunity. Think he gets chin, sadly? Fuck, I hope not. I think the reason he takes that fight, Majestic, is because they put it on the table as like, option A. And outside of that, another matchup Adesanya could have potentially had would have been Michael Venom Page. And I'm sure there was discussions, but they're friends. And they both probably said no to that fight, which is why Michael Venom Page is on the sidelines. So they said, okay, you don't want to do that? No problem. Well, we're going to give you Joe Pyfer then. The other option I thought that was a possibility was a Paulo Costa rematch. There also could have been maybe a Gregory Rodriguez fight, but Dana White likes Joe Pyfer. So, Dana giving Pyfer a chance to break into the elite with a win as well. Pyfer's kind of got that Dana White privilege going. You're still not on the Mirzakhanov train after he fucked Rakic up that bad? Then damn, bro, bet on Paulo Costa because he will be a good size underdog. You're off work today watching this at the shooting range? Hey, have a good time, bro. Not on the Mirzakhanov train. If y'all don't like Hockett, I get it, but putting U.S. currency on a fighter like Denzel Freeman just seems like an awful idea. Agreed. I'm picking Hockett to win. Listen, Hockett's talking his shit. He's following the Colby Covington way. And, bro, look at what it did for Colby, though. You know, Colby's been able to stay relevant and, still be a main event fighter even last year in 2024 or 2 years ago. It's technically now, but it was at the end of the year. You love Izzy on decision or late TKO, but damn, was looking forward to that Harrison fight. Hope surgery goes well and it gets rebooked. Me too. I don't know what the timeline of return will be, but hopefully by the White House. Speaking of dieting down, I think that might be a big reason why Kayla got injured. When your body's that depleted, you're so injury prone. Dude, you're 100% onto it. With Kayla, I mean, 135 is a nightmare to make. I don't know how many fights she has left, like I presume she looks to do at least 3 more, but if she beats Amanda Nunes, there's a possibility of a rematch first thing. The Valentina Shevchenko fight, not much else. It could be 2 more fights and then she calls it. Neck injuries are career ruin a lot of the time. Absolutely brutal. Don't expect Kayla to be ready for the White House card. She may never be the same. I'm predicting that we see her this year, but yeah, I wouldn't throw money down and say she's guaranteed for the White House. Yo, what's up, Hernanov? What's up, bro? You bought 3 ounces of silver yesterday? What a savage. What did you think of the fight announcement yesterday? What are you thinking, bro? What do you think? You got 200 rounds, you're going crazy? Savage, bro. Be in the headphones and just going ham. MVP said they'd only fight if it was for a lot of money or a belt. No one else was available. RoboCop fighting Ferreira. Costa moving up. Brendan probably fighting DDP. Pyfer was the only one. And I think the Pyfer fight makes sense because it could potentially be a passing of the torch or the old guard holding ground, Yeah, the Kayla fight is off. Dun, 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 dun. Paramount Plus got to raise the prices, bro. Excited to see Austin Lane fighting again. One more opportunity to bet on him getting knocked out. Give me Baranovsky KO all day. And then next thing you know what, Austin Lane chokes him out. Some crazy shit. Ali, your manager, said they'll fight twice at 135 and 145. One at 35, one at 45. Interesting. I mean, it's Ali's words, not the UFC's. Good luck beating Nunes after a broken neck. Look what Grant Dawson said, how he looked in his last fight because neck surgery. But I also think Manuel Torres is just a nightmare matchup for him. I think you're crazy for leaning Izzy, AJ. I see it too. Dude, I didn't make my prediction before that video. Just so you guys know, when I recorded yesterday, I said, I'm going to break down how I see the fight going. And then I'm going to feel, what side I'm going to lean on. And I just couldn't get the Adesanya distance striking out of my mind. I'm like, if he survives 10 minutes with Joe Pyfer, I really anticipate he'll start finding a lot of success throughout the later stages of the fight. But he might win even early in the fight, RoboCop Ferreira rematch? Fuck, man. I think RoboCop beats him. Ferreira's not that good. But then again, Ferreira somehow finds ways to win. I think RoboCop beats Ferreira this time. I think he gets his revenge. I think they'll go Rose versus Silva on the main card and do Umar Figgy as the featured prelim because I don't think they want to take the shine away from Sean O'Malley on the main card. I genuinely think they want Sean O'Malley on the main card more with the anticipation of a potential Sean O'Malley win, which could lead them to a Piotr Jan rematch for the White House. I think that's why Umar will be on the prelims instead. Izzy versus Colby actually could have been pretty cool. You're right. Hamzat would beat Kayla Harrison in a fight? You don't say. Can Ty chin the giraffe toss into Sharon in 3 weeks? I feel like a rogue overhand will connect. Definitely possible, man. Hard to fucking pick between those two because you have unproven Taliesin Teixeira and you have completely seemingly washed Tai Tuivasa. Fuck, man. You think it feels like the Nunes fight isn't meant to happen? I think it'll happen, bro, but I don't know when. You think Izzy would look good until he gets hit with something clean, then shell up like he did against Amavov? You might be right. Dawson versus Torres made me bank, and it was a beautiful, one of my favorite calls we made. Fuck yeah, dude. It was a great underdog call. Thing is, with Pyfer's power, giving him 25 minutes to find the chin of Izzy is risky. People forget, man, Pyfer was very sick going into the Hermanson fight and still only lost 48-47. Fair. I know people talking about how he was sick. I know. I don't know yet. Dude, I've had Paramount Plus for a long time, and I'm like, what, do I cancel and then, re-sign up? I don't know. I feel like they catch on to it. Sal killed versus Malarkey, KO round one. Yeah, agreed. Top 5 favorite fighters of all time. The list is hard for me, bro. As time goes on, my list constantly shifts, bro. As a kid, it was like Anderson Silva, John Jones, kind of the basic calls. I really liked Rumble Johnson whenever he was fighting. Today, I don't know. I'd have to sit down and really think about it. But yeah, I've had Paramount for a while, OG Smoker. Favorite fighters to watch? Joshua Van, Ilya Taporia, Carlos Prates, Jack Della Maddalena, Azamat Mirzakhanov, Alex Pereira, Modestus Bukowskis. I don't know. I like Bukowskis. I'm excited for him versus Krylov too. Bogdan Gushkov for sure is a sick one to watch. I would say Charles Johnson. I like a lot at flyweight. It's a good fight. Excited to see it. Just shocked it was the big news. Same here, man. Some people are mentioning that maybe there was another fight that was supposed to be announced and then it got canceled. I don't know. Also worth mentioning the eye pokes before Izzy got KO'd by Amavov. Amavov lost still ages what? Ages real well. You're right. Let the people know how to bet on Cam Rouston to send Brundage to the PFL in 2 weeks. Minus 300 right now. You think it'll be minus 600 come fight week? Dude, I think you're right. It's going to grow. I think Cam Rouston's going to style on him on the feet. Yeah, Ty and Teixeira are fighting at 325, bro. I feel like Taliesin should be live to KO Ty too. I know. Best dogs on 324. Let me officially think about it for the real pick show Sunday. Izzy looked very good against Amavov, uses kicks and range very well and defended all takedowns. It's just he always struggles with taller fighters who have good boxing. Thing with this one, I will say, is he's got a 5-inch reach advantage, which I like for him. I don't know. Before that fight, maybe I was tripping, Braden. I don't know. You know? Brundage by DQ. Somehow, some way, he finds himself getting a DQ win is his perfect scenario. Which fighter from the PFL come to the UFC and be a champ right now? I don't think any can be champ. Ty's been doing nothing but drinking and smoking for the past 2 years. I'm thinking that catches up to him. Granted, the fight is in Australia, but I think Taliesin Teixeira is live to snipe him with some big shots. I think the announcements for the White House card come March, April. I don't think they come too soon. You just rewatch that Nunes versus Cyborg fight, and man, that was a nasty beating. Full power, no defense, just swinging and connecting. Nunes had like a picture perfect. They fought again. I don't think it was. Charles Johnson got you hyped as fuck for his fight. If he's stopping Lawner like that, ain't no way he loses this. Agreed. I'm going Charles Johnson all day. I love Ty, but I just can't pick him when he hasn't fought in over 18 months. Most of his camp was likely focused on getting in shape and making 265. He was fucking huge a few months ago. Dude, he was probably 315 to 330. You're right. Yeah, man. I'm going Taliesin Teixeira. And dude, Ty might not make weight. He could still end up missing weight. I'm going with Taliesin Teixeira. At least right now, something's telling me Taliesin's the better pick. It's hard to pick against, inconsistent Tai Tuivasa, who's riding a losing streak. Then again, he's always had a good chin, though. Dude, he probably won't make weight. He'll come in at like 267. Can you imagine he comes in at like 275? Can't even get close. I think that should be a pick. Does Tai Tuivasa make weight or not? Something's telling me he misses weight. Johnson, the 30-year-old prospect of the year. He's got to win over a champ, bro. I think he's a contender. The judge that gave 3-0 tie against Jairzinho might be one of the worst individual scorecards I've ever seen watching the sport. Yeah, that was straight delusion. That judge might be at UFC 325, though. Your best dogs are Tercios, Mike Johnson, Derek Lewis. I'd play them, but like all other faves. What I'll say is the Tercio side, I understand because of his jiu-jitsu, but my God, his striking sucks. Michael Johnson, he's fast. Yeah, I think he gets some good shots off. It's just the chin is always a worry. And then D-Lou's always live for a knockout. To be fair, though, Waldo has shown a relatively good chin. I was going to say iron chin, but I'll say relatively good. I like to see Ty take his weight seriously. He'd be a monster. Doesn't have to be ripped, but just lean down. I can't see Tai Tuivasa ever leaning down. He's just, dude, he's got a lifetime of shitty eating habits, bro. It ain't going to change. CJ better win. I made an entire video of him on Instagram. I think he will win, bro. I do. I think you're very live. Last time I was here was last year. Was good. Hey, what's up, Pierre? Good seeing you, bro. Listen, chat, we're at 43 likes. Let's get 45 likes as we approach that 35-minute mark of the stream. We'll run it up to 45. W to the chat, man. And at the end of this stream, I will release the video. The 2026 wish list, which I feel pretty excited for. Which I feel quite excited for. It's just sitting in the wings waiting. Sitting in the wings waiting to be announced, waiting to be dropped. Waiting to be revealed. Just read the headline. Are you serious? Fight canceled? Yeah. I'm not trolling you, bro. The fight is off, Chang. The fight is off, my dog. I thought you were going to drop your wish list last night to how bad the announcement was, but I'm happy you still react to the news. I had to react to the news. I waited all day for it, bro. I was like, fuck it. I'm still going to do it. Even though I was disappointed. And honestly, it turned out to be a pretty good video. AG, a thumbnail was on point, Jay. We were all rage baited. Dude, we were. It was a rage bait. The Dana White 2026 announcement kickoff rage bait. I won't forget it, Mixtapler. Don't worry. Won't forget it. I'll put that announcement up. Smotherman is just not good at all, though. I get it. I get it. It's tricky for me, man, because Smotherman's a good athlete. Smotherman's tough. I'm going to do the updated picks video Sunday for 324. The official picks video. The other one was just early picks. This is a real breakdown. I'll get it to you guys soon. I'll get it to the masses soon. The Meta Apex. Dude, I can't back Tercios. He's so slow twitch, bro. He's so slow twitch muscle fiber. He's so like lackadaisical, bro. It's just, I can't pick it. I think that Smotherman's still getting better. He hits hard. He's athletic. I'm going Smotherman too. I like your call, Braden. Is Smotherman going to impress y'all? Let's go. You ever eat those Quest protein chips? Yeah, I've had them once or twice. The barbecue one was pretty good. I like that barbecue one. I'm so sad. We need Max versus Charles to sub in for the Nunes fight. And they ain't going to move that up. That's a main event for 326. Isn't that crazy? 2 of the first 3 numbered events have not real title fights. They have a interim and a BMF. It's kind of wild. Dana White's next hype announcement: Deani Barbosa, Melissa Gatto for Vegas 115. That video is coming Sunday, bro. Don't worry. You don't think Smotherman can stop a takedown at all? Tercios is a lunatic. Will get wild. Smotherman misses a lot. He misses a lot and doesn't even have a knockdown in the UFC. Pick Smotherman, but Trad is split gross fight. I'm not saying go bet on Smotherman, but I feel like I have to pick. Saving those title fights for the White House. I guess so. You just got a free week on Paramount. It doesn't have all the fights like ESPN. Hopefully soon, OG Smoker. I know. I hope so too. I'm still so hyped for this card though. Patty Gaethje, Song Sugar, Umar Figgy, Waldo D. Lou, John Arnold. I agree. Still a stack card. Still hype as fuck to have fights. I don't know if they're gonna add another fight to 326. Maybe they'll tell us at 324. AJ, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and your family. Hope you had a good one down there in Florida. It snowed here in Columbus, Ohio. Hey, what's up, Robin? Good to see you, bro. It was nice here. At least you got to experience your white Christmas you were dreaming of. Yeah, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, but I had a good one here too. It's nice. Happy the holiday season is over though, and the real holiday season kicks off with the UFC being back. Right, Ricky Simone is a much better wrestler than Tercios. He's a much better fighter than Tercios. At the very least, Cameron Smotherman learned a lot from fighting against Ricky Simone. I'm worried though because they announced Kyle versus RDR as the co-main to Max Charles. It's not the strongest card. I was surprised that was the co-main. I saw that too. I said, really? Yeah, Justin Tafa misweight at heavyweight. Tom Aspinall went to the eye doctor again, saying he still sees blurry. Doctor told him to wipe his tears and he'll be just fine. It's funny. I think Smotherman should win. I'm not gonna pick Tercios. I can't. He might have a couple moments. It might be a competitive fight. You just ordered $192 worth of groceries for 162, utilizing every resource in the book, coupons, sign up discounts, etc. I cooked hardcore. Good shit, man. Very respect. Chris Barnett too. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about Chris Barnett missing weight. He got taken down by City. He's on a 2-fight loser. He split decision all day. It's a fair point. Listen, I'm not arguing the split decision possibility. I feel like a Shavkat Morales 5-round co-main would have been perfect for the Max Charles card. It would have. But I think that maybe the Shavkat timeline of return is not as soon as we anticipated. Maybe he won't be ready until later this year, which is why we don't see him in quarter one. Maybe we'll see him in quarter two. Maybe not even until quarter three, or who knows? Maybe even quarter four. Trump, well, I mean, he might be at the Paramount card. Patty leaves that chin way up in the air when he swings. I think Justin has more than a puncher's chance to win. He fights smart with leg kicks and controlled chaos. Patty does have a chin, though. I just think Patty gets him. I think Patty will look fast. I think Patty's going to look good in all areas. And I just think it's Patty Pimblett's time, man. Not that Gaethje couldn't land some big shots. Not that Gaethje doesn't crack him with a few hard punches and bust him up even, but I think ultimately Patty gets him. The ladies' fight is canceled because Kayla Harrison has a serious neck injury, almost Mexi. Justin not having good jits is a nightmare against a guy whose best skill set is submission grappling. Ilya and Armin do destroy them both. Agreed. Gaethje's been finished in every title fight he's fought in. No. Do you include the interim title win over Tony Ferguson or no? You think the over might be a DGen play for the main event? I don't know. Over-unders there are sketch. I think the fight is live to end in a finish, though. Patty is a sorcerer, bro. Patty's going to put a fucking spell on him. Kayla doesn't have a neck. I guess, maybe we don't see it, but somewhere there she's got one. And it's bothering her. You want to put your whole house on Patty? You got balls for that, bro. Throwing your house on Patty. I mean, he should win, but still. Justin ducks his head a lot. I think Patty catches him with a knee or an uppercut. Justin will crack him, though, for sure. But Patty wins with 3 rounds. Gaethje has never lost a decision. The fight's going to be a finish. The fight's going to be a violent fight that ends in a finish. I think Patty Pimblett is going to find the neck. I'm going Patty Pimblett by submission. That makes the most sense to me. I don't know. That's what I see coming to fruition. I see the submission coming to fruition. Also, guys, we're at 50 likes. I like that. 50 likes as we approach the 45-minute mark. Let's do 55 likes at 45 minutes. That's the new goal. So make sure you guys smash the like button. Club and sub, bro. Yeah, I think a club and sub is live. I think that people are slightly underrating Patty's improvements in the striking arsenal. His stand-up game is not as rudimentary as it was a couple of years ago. It's gotten better, man. Patty's good, bro. It's Patty's time. Patty's time, not Gaethje's. It's Patty's time, not Gaethje's. That's the best way to put it. Patty said on his YouTube he's feeling a knockout. I mean, he could just be chopping shit and saying it, but I could see him catching Gaethje. You see a video of Army getting knocked out back in there on a Russian promotion. Does Tepology go back and count that loss for him? Or he doesn't fall into the Morales territory? Where? Where can I find that video, Braden? If you could have one fighter become champion, who would it be? I think a Poetan heavyweight championship would be just what the doctor ordered to bring that division back, at least for a little while. I think Bukauskas is going to win, dude. Yeah, Modestas Bukauskas should knock Nikita Krylov out. Krylov is washed. Look up Armin knocked out. It's on YouTube Shorts. Okay. Put it up right now. Armin knocked out. Okay.
In his second.
Armin knocked out. Let me turn the audio off. Yeah, he got put out bad. But is it not on his record? Doesn't he have 4 losses? 3. It's on his record, bro. 30-second knockout, Alexander Belik. Oh, it's a 2. I see what you're saying. It's 2 5-minute rounds. Dude, a shitload of his early fights were 2 5-minute rounds. You're saying that shouldn't count. Okay. Hey, the McCaffrey bros. Thank you for the first donor of the day, bro. What's up? Harrison versus Nunes done. Who backed out? Kayla Harrison pulled out with a neck injury that requires surgery. Let me see if I can read you an official report if it's available. They're saying it's postponed to a later date. UFC Women's Bantamweight champ Kayla Harrison injured her neck and will require surgery, forcing the promotion to postpone her 135-pound title defense, of course. She's reportedly suffering from a herniated disc in her neck and flew to New York for treatment, where doctors informed the 2-time Olympic gold medalist she would need surgery to repair the damage. A rough estimate for her return is somewhere in the 6 months of layoff range. So February, March, April, May, June. 5 months to the White House card. 5 months to the day. It's June 14th. She might not be at the White House card. So, something to know. Thank you, McCaffrey Bros. Patty said he's been training with Luke Riley. Oh shit. Training his hands. This camp started, and with Gaethje rolls, I think a KO from Patty is very possible. Maybe ground and pound. I think a club and sub is a possibility. Club and sub. New J. Cole album. See if any of the songs catch my fucking ear. You know what I'm saying? Big J to replace Kayla Harrison. I'll pass on the Nunes fight. Fuck no. We'll be living in a dreamland if we get Alex as a heavyweight champ and Yuri as a light heavyweight champ. I think it's possible we live in that dreamland. Yeah, they have it on his record, Brand. I just checked. Why? So we want Alex as a champ. He got slept by a middleweight Izzy. About to be on a 4-fight losing streak. They'll literally make our sport like a joke. I don't know if that's a rage bait attempt. I mean, he has 3 wins over Izzy anyways. And regardless of that, since that point, he's knocked out Magomed Ankalaev and Yuri Prohashka twice and Jamal Hill. I don't think one loss to Israel Adesanya at middleweight makes him not worthy of being a heavyweight champion. I mean, yeah, fighters lose to fighters that go on losing streaks, but does the losses of Adesanya recently discredit how great he was in his prime? And really, that Alex Pereira fight was probably the final prime Adesanya that we've seen. Maybe he's got a comeback on the way, but that was like the last prime form. And then you look, the man who beat Adesanya in the fight after got dispatched in 2 minutes by Alex Pereira. So nobody will replace Kayla. The fight will be rebooked over the summer. Middleweights are typically more skilled than heavyweights. The only heavyweight that you can really say has elite level skills in striking, really elite, like that could compete across all weight classes, is kind of like Cyril Gane. Not saying Tom Aspinall doesn't, but Cyril Gane's movement and the way he's able to pick shots, like that's a style that can compete across the, middleweight division and the heavyweight division. Three wins over Izzy due to luck. That's crazy. I just watched the highlights of RAF, but it seems pretty cool, man. Wrestling is definitely more popular now than ever. You think Waldo gets a decision, honestly? He said he's going to go for the KO, but I see him playing it more safe and picking Lewis apart. That's fair. Picking Lewis apart is a better strategy, but he could still get big bomb. He could still land a big bomb. I think somebody could go to sleep, but I get why you're thinking it goes longer. Yeah. On the flip side of it, though, I think Derek Lewis could definitely crack Waldo. Like, Waldo's good, but I don't know. I don't think Derek Lewis is like a complete dead man in the fight. We talk about the kickboxing fights with Adesanya. We're really focused on the Adesanya per fight. Let's just ignore that. Colby and Rocco bullied Bo off the RAF car. That was fucking crazy. I saw that. But you know what? At this point, I think in a fight, Bo fucks them both up. Mythical Owl, neck injury, Kayla Harrison. Unfortunate. I mean, maybe Hamzat Kamo Alex. We'll see. The fight's got to happen. Ankalaev lost badly in the rematch. D. Lewis is out with a serious case of hot ball syndrome, bro. Oh, shit. His balls is too hot, bro. Bro, if D. Lou knocks out Waldo, D. Lou for the belt. Fuck it. It's the same thing with Pereira's GSP. Guys try to discredit them by naming their losses, and they both literally beat everyone they've lost to in more impressive fashion. I agree. I don't think an obsession over the loss or this person came from here and they did kickboxing first. What does it say about our sport? It says that Alex Pereira is really good. It doesn't say anything about the sport as a whole. Who do you think is more likely to win at 324, Derek Lewis or Song Yadong? I'd say Derek Lewis is a better chance. I don't think Song Yadong can deal with the striking of Sean O'Malley. The Aspinall slander since Gon's foul has been insane. Everyone's acting like Tom isn't as good as he is. I think it's just because Tom looks so human. In the early portions of the fight, he got his nose busted up. I don't know if you want to stand around with Lewis for 5 rounds. Maybe going for the knockout is actually safer. Well, 3 rounds for this fight, though, Ben. I wish it was 5. I'd love to see D-Lu win, but him versus the champ, he's plus 2,000. Absolutely. You think they'll make Sean versus Yadong the co-main? I believe that's already happened. Are we comparing GSP's competition to Alex's? I mean, we can compare that if you'd like to. I know you're attempting to rage bait chat, Kumar. This is kind of your thing. I don't mind. I mean, listen, you're entitled to rage bait as much. All right, let's look at it. Alex Pereira and George St. Pierre. Okay? A head to head of UFC careers. George St. Pierre with UFC wins over the likes of Sean Shirk, BJ Penn twice, Matt Hughes twice, Matt Serra, Josh Koscheck, John Fitch, Tiago Alves, Dan Hardy, Jake Shields, Carlos Condit, Nick Diaz, Johnny Hendricks, and even Michael Bisping. Of the bunch, I'd say the BJ Penn wins feel the biggest, as well as maybe the Matt Hughes wins. Granted, different era and also, 2007, 2009 MMA versus modern era. But regardless, still big wins, even taking out Carlos Condit's a big deal. And, he was tested in that fight hard. The Johnny Hendricks fight was a controversial decision. On the opposite side, Alex Pereira wins over Sean Strickland, UFC champion, Israel Adesanya, Jan Blachowicz, Yuri Prohashka, Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree, and Magomed Ankalaev. Those are some marquee wins. Why? Ankalaev, UFC champion. Yuri Prohashka, UFC champion. Jamal Hill, UFC champion. Jan Blachowicz, UFC champion. Israel Adesanya, UFC champion. Sean Strickland, UFC champ. So he has 6 opponents and victories over them that are UFC champions. If you count the Yuri Prohashka fight, he has 7 wins over UFC champions. But we'll just say 6 because it's 6 fighters with UFC championship status that he has wins over. Okay? On the side of George St. Pierre, he has wins over 1, 2 champions, 3 champions, 4 champions, 5 UFC champions. Now, not saying that he's blown past George St. Pierre, who was 20-2 in the UFC, but Alex Pereira has more wins over UFC champions than GSP had. Just to say, not saying that his competition is necessarily way better, but in 12 fights versus 22 fights, Alex Pereira has wins over more UFC champions. Just to compare numbers to numbers, you can't really go out and say that Alex Pereira isn't of that conversation to be included with the likes of a George St. Pierre when this is all said and done, how it's been playing out. I mean, 12 UFC fights, 7 of his wins are against guys that have had the throne. And then the ones who haven't had the throne are Khalil Roundtree, right? Andre Michelitis, Bruno Silva. Khalil Roundtree still being a good win and a title defense. So, 70% of his wins are with guys who have had belts in the UFC, which is, I think, a big fucking deal. Whereas on the opposite side, right, the wins for George St. Pierre against guys with belts, you add up the multiple wins against them, more like 30%. So I don't know. That comparison is just interesting to be made. You think GSP whoops every current welterweight except maybe Islam? I think him versus Islam would have been sensational. I think it would have been amazing. Alex Pereira is a great fighter. Agreed. Alex Pereira deserves the fucking respect. The guy's a madman. Also, chat, we're fast approaching the hour mark of the stream. Let's get 60 likes for the hour mark. I like that. Right. Both were great. Both had great runs. I mean, Alex is still great. Both great, though. Comparing is just for fun. You know? How long you streaming for? I'll go an hour and a half today. 90 minutes. I'm excited to upload my video today. And then I'll probably be doing the gaming stream later. You guys want it from me? You let me know. You want it from me or not? Alex is still just a kickboxer? No. I mean, the guy's a world-class MMA fighter. Come on. Come on now. Stream tonight makes a day go by fast. I got you, guard down. I also got a video I'm dropping after this one. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. Yeah, look at that thumb. My UFC 2026 wish list. A simple video. A simple video that I'm pretty fucking hyped about, let me tell you. A simple banger. The best MMA fighter I've ever seen. It has to be Prime John Jones, man. But there's also other guys like George St. Pierre who could have been the best. Like Anderson when there's certain performances, right? Like Anderson Silva when he fought against like Vitor Belfort. It's like, how the fuck do you be when he fought against Forrest Griffin? It's like, what the fuck is this? You know? It's like it doesn't make sense how good he was. Jay Wick, all flats. Javi Wick, all flats. Okay. I'll put it in my tab from 6 days ago. Okay. The UFC 5 stream is always a great time hanging out with AJ in the community, watching knockout brawls. It is a good time. Listen, I'll bring it. Bring it tonight. I'll bring it tonight. There was nobody's prime like Anderson Silva. Maybe Prime Fedor. Prime Fedor was something special. Prime Fedor was something special. Stormy, you can let Kumar rage bait a bit. I really don't mind. It's kind of funny. He likes rage baiting. You just can't get annoyed at it, bro. You gotta just, take it as it is. He's gonna be stubborn to anything you say back to him. To be honest, those guys were good stylistic matchups for Anderson. There was never really a good pressure wrestler that tested him until Chael when he got manhandled. True. And I think, like, if you put Anderson Silva in the modern era, y'all might hate me for this, but Brendan Allen, Anderson Silva, that's a tough fight for Anderson. Fucking Fluffy Hernandez, Anderson Silva, Hamzat all day. I mean, Hamzat Chimaev is different. Yeah, I think Fluffy beats Anderson. I think, like, the style of Anderson would still be like a spectacle. I mean, I think, like, Michael Venom Page type of shit, but I don't know. Anderson versus Michael Venom Page would have been very interesting. Think Fedor would have been on a losing streak in the UFC? Maybe, but we don't know for sure. Wouldn't guarantee that. Oh, oh, oh. They've systematically tried their best to erase the wrestler, but we all see what happens when the real shows up. Listen, Chael Sonnen was a bad man. Chael Sonnen's wrestling was crazy. He was a fucking savage. Hot take: a prime Carlos Condit would beat Carlos Prates, but it would be a great fight. You think a prime Carlos Condit beats Prates? Shit, the thought of that fucks with my head. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Who's the biggest what if in UFC history? Yours has to be Zabit. I think it has to be Zabit because he seemed to be on the track to do great things. Yeah, I'll say Zabit. Zabit should be the guy. Zabit should pull through. Condit was a bad motherfucker, though. You're right. Condit was a dangerous man. Robbie Lawler versus Prates would have been crazy. I think that would have been a sick matchup. I feel like Prates could have got him. Yep, Harrison versus Nunes is off, guys. Harrison unfortunately suffered a neck injury. Fight is canceled. Fight is canceled. Fight is canceled. Fight is off. The unfortunate truth. They'll rebook it. So eventually it'll happen. Just not now. Excuse me. Eventually it'll happen, just not now. The gamer streams are goaded, bro. Super entertaining and cool to see you get better. Hey, thanks, MMA fan. Fuck yeah. Big W, my dog. Zabit decided to retire from the sport. He was supposed to fight against Yair Rodriguez. And then just the fight never came together and he retired. People hype up ladies' fights, but forget how they go. I still think Nunes versus Kayla could have been good. The sport just evolves. The sport was so young when these guys were on top. The competition was so much more shallow than today. Patrick Cote only had a 3-fight win streak before fighting Silva. That's actually crazy to think about. And Patrick Cote is not top 15 today. I think, if Fluffy was from the old era, he would have been a champion already. He's a doctor, though, so, you got to be happy for Zabit. He's done well with his life. Amanda Nunes is always entertaining, yes. You think Zabit would have beaten Yair then lost to Max Holloway? I do think he would have beaten Yair. I think him and Max Holloway would have been real cool. Got to reply to a message real Does Fluffy take down Rich Franklin is the real question. If not, wouldn't be surprised if Rich were able to beat him. Bro, I think he would. Rich Franklin was sharp though in his prime. Respect to Rich Franklin. He's kind of like one of the forgotten guys, but he was good. Excuse me. My thing is, imagine someone like Don Fry trying to make it in the UFC in the modern era. It's one of the legends of the game, but no chance he's top 15 or close. I think like Ebo Aslan knocks out Don Fry. If Ben Askren had come to the UFC earlier, would have been cool to see. Oh shit, my bad. Bro, thanks for reminding me, bro. I forgot that I was on the half black screen. Oops. It's because I was just showing off that thumbnail. Shit, I was zoned in. I didn't even realize. Black screen J. Yeah, Silva destroyed him in the clinch, bro. That like wasn't a thing back then. Kimbo versus Mike Tyson in a stream today. Yeah, let's just make sure it's stand up only mixtape. But yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. That'd be fun. I want to do some like obscure fights, bro. Do it in like the backyard or something, you know? Yeah, we'll do that tonight. I'm down as fuck for that mixtapler. Patty Moneyline, Silva TKO, Waldo TKO, O'Malley Moneyline, Gaethje TKO. The only problem is Natalia Silva finishing Thug Rose, not easy to do. What's up, Hybrid Nation? How you been, buddy? What's new? How was your Christmas, bro? Yo, what's up, Tommy boy? How's life going, man? What's new? What's new with the fucking ESR, bro? What's going on with the content, man? I see you, some stuff comes up on Instagram Reels for me, but I won't lie to you. I'm never on Instagram. One of the funniest things I've seen was Anderson Silva, Ty Clinch, and Derek Brunson, and Brunson was just swinging. That's like sometimes the best way to deal with it, bro. That's what Rich Franklin should have done back in the day. Kumar, I actually didn't put you in timeout. Stormy was pissed. He did, but I told him to lay off you. I told him you're allowed to rage bait. You're allowed to rage bait. It's all right. He was just annoyed, man. You pissed him off. Honestly, Rich Franklin, Chael Sonnen, it's the timeline never lined up. Asia, next week you should do a UFC 324 themed gaming stream so we can only fight as matchups in the game, like Patty versus Justin, Umar Figgy, Sean Yadong. Try to simulate. I like that, actually. That's a good idea. That's actually a good idea for a stream. I like that a lot. Just working on new things, bro. Lots happening, building a personal brand new business. VSR taking a backseat nowadays. Well, listen, bro, I'm proud of you to fucking step it up to more the content flow you had talked about last time we hung out. So that's good, bro. Good, man. We'll talk again. We're due for our every 4-year meetup here soon, bro. I might have to fucking get Tier to come through as well. We'll just do what we did last time. Bring it back. Who would have won between a prime Yoel versus Hamza? Um, it's like I want to just pick Hamza. I think he'd out wrestle him, but yeah, prime Yoel would have been scary because his power. But I would still pick Hamza. If you took a guy like Roy Jones as a kid, taught him grappling, takedown defense along with his boxing, would he have been an MMA GOAT? I don't know. I think he would have definitely been a top 5 guy. I think that you have a world-class boxer that was known for knockouts too, right? It's not like he was just a point fighter. Yeah, I think he would have been good. Yeah, I agree, bro. We have to. We have to do it. We'll talk, man. And then I'll reach out to Tier 2 and we'll see if we can make something happen. Nice little throwback chill sesh with the OGs. Yes, Harrison versus Nunes is off, bro. But yeah, I'll do the 324 theme stream next week. That'd be cool. I think I'm gonna go back to the OG thumbnail style for the UFC 5 gaming streams. I think I'm kind of sick of the fucking one of me flexing. I overused it during the break. Yeah, I think Terrence Crawford could have been good. be fought in MMA? Yeah, for sure. But I think they made the right choices doing boxing because elite level boxing and dominance, there's more money to be had. Prime Brunson versus RDR. I'm gonna pick RDR, but Brunson could end up clobbering him with a bomb. Yeah, if you have to, Kevin from Chicago, of course. Jersey girl sick of it too, Jay. You ever feeling I'm going on a win streak tonight? Dude, after this stream, I might have to hit a few warm-up matches to, loosen the fingers up a little bit. Lennox Lewis in MMA? I mean, I think he could have been, if he, learned the grappling defense, yeah, he could have been a top 10 guy. He could have been at least like a Derek Lewis, but maybe it would have been better. It depends if he can stop the takedown, bro. It's a big element of it all. Hey, what's up, Hybrid Nation? Thank you for $4.99, bro. Good seeing all you ladies and gentlemen. I hope we all hit big this year. Infinite love. Hey, let's go, Hybrid. Good seeing you, dog. Bro, LeBron as a fighter would have been insane. With his athleticism, Jesus. I'm going to go for like 8:30 mixtape. That's my plan. Prime Jacare beats Brendan Allen. I'll say yes. The thing is, right, if LeBron would have been an MMA fighter, sure, it would have been amazing. But on the flip side, I mean, his wealth would have been substantially lower, MMA don't pay the same. Just the honest truth of it. Stephen A covering MMA is hilarious. I mean, I like his emotion, but his logical takes are lacking. The lesson I gave you a week or so ago wasn't only a one-time offer. You want to hop on a call, show you some more stuff? Don't hesitate. Shit, Swerve. We might have to do a half-hour tutorial today, bro. I might have to get my rhythm back. That's not a bad idea. I'm streaming till 3 o'clock and then I'm hopping off. So maybe we'll fit it in. I might, if I DM you on fucking Discord, bro. I might be down after this. We won't do it as long. Let's do a half hour. Fine tune some things. Get the warm up going. I felt so rusty. I was playing yesterday. I hadn't played in like a week. Was that the last game in stream? About a week? Close to it. I felt off my rhythm. Felt like I couldn't find my timing. It was really annoying. Stevenson Gold triple champ in his prime. You're right. He taught Anderson Silva everything he knows. Swerve and KZ, the best players I know in the game. I think you're right. Hey, have a good one, Mixed Stapler. I'll see you later, brother. Yes. Tyson Slice all stand up. That's going to be cool. Jared Cannonier. Who does he fight? Maybe Ikram Alaskarov. They give him somebody unranked. That might be it. He might have to fight somebody unranked, dude. That's kind of the thought that comes to me first. Is an unranked foe for him next. Seagal taught people how to fight, but nobody taught him how to act. He's crazy. Shaq boxed Oscar and Mosley. Mosley put a bit of hurt in him. Fighters are just different, even if it's 400 versus 155. No, it's true. But, if Shaq had the pure fighting spirit, then you never know. 7'1". That's crazy. 7 feet tall is insane. I feel like Silva's going to get Allen, but Allen's a hard guy to doubt for me. It's just I think Silva should hurt him. But then again, I think of Allen versus Movzar, and he looked great. When Allen's on, like, Allen's good, man. If Silva gets cocky and starts throwing crazy and reckless and trying to force a KO, I mean, Allen can make him pay. You know? Cannonier versus the winner of Roman versus CLD sounds good if he's willing to wait. He wants to fight soon, though. Maybe Ikram or Shara. I think if he's fighting soon, it's Ikram. Or even, yeah, I think Shara's fair. Stefan Struve was 6'11". Yeah. Stefan Struve was a giant. Hey, what's up, Punches and Profits? You feeling a draw with Allen and Silva? Can you imagine 10-8 first round Silva, then Allen wins the second and third? Silva's gassed. That'd be crazy. If you call that draw and it happens, you're a menace to society, bro. He did go a competitive 5 rounds with Max Holloway. True. Rose beating Silva. I think that Silva beats her, but I think, 29-28 is live. Rose could win a round. I just think it's Natalia Silva's time. But if Thug Rose wins, I mean, she's back in the fucking mix. But I have to favor the side of Natalia. I think she pulls it off. I think she gets the hand raised, bro. I think she gets the hand raised. Dunna, dunna, dunna. She gets the hand raised. Dunna, dunna, dunna. She gets the hand raised. I'm just checking the video I'm about to drop. I think it'll be good, man. Right? It looks solid, bro. It looks ready to go. Sitting there waiting for this to drop it, bro. Wait, who's mentioning a 5 round? Yeah, it's a 3. 3-round warfare. Call that Danny Ige's the world. Only 4-hour replacement. There's no Dan Ige of the women's weight classes. Thoughts on Gru's trip to the US? You reach out, see if you can link. I had not. Nah. I heard he was already out of Florida by then. Hopefully he drops some content soon, bro. I'm excited to watch him fishing with Bryce. That's gonna be crazy. Hey, Happy New Year, Breakdown Analytics. Listen, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. All right. I'll be live again later tonight. So I'm gonna call it here in a minute. I just published my latest video. It's my UFC 2026 wish list. All right. This is what I hope comes together for 2026. And I think you guys should check it out. So if you guys still want to hang out with me, it might not be Q&A style, but I got content up for you guys to see. All right. So make sure you guys check it out. I got it pinned right at the top of the live chat. Go give it a watch. Go give it a like. Even if you're not going to watch it, at least go fuck like it and drop a W in the comments. All right. I'll talk to you all soon. See you guys in a few hours with a stream later tonight. Peace out, you savages.